Welcome to Prestige Encounters Beyond the Dice, our weekly Q&A session where we discuss the characters and lore of the world of Zolna. As always, the questions we answer every week are sourced by members of our cast, but they can also be sourced by members of the Lich Souls community. So if you go to lichsouls.com, go to the Prestige Encounters section, you will find a place where you can pose a question based on anything you want to know about our characters. Or about the recent sessions. I would say we're happy to answer the same question if you haven't asked something that somebody asked before, but we do have other of these Q&A sessions, so if you are curious about the building blocks of the characters, how we came to explore our characters, we did do that in some of the early sessions, but things will change because characters can change. Who knows? Major things can happen anytime. It's Dungeons and Dragons, right? Yeah. So, getting into it, this week we are joined by two members of the cast outside of myself. I'm Guy, I play Sanasha, but we are joined this week by Chloe, who plays the brilliant Emmeline Pyreweaver.
Hello.
And we're joined by Josh, who plays Purebirch. I was going to say Purbirch. I don't know what that is.
I have no idea either, but yeah, glad to be here.
Well, for all you know, you could be turned into a cat person, and we'll start calling you Percy Purbirch, right?
No, thank you.
Yeah, we definitely have some consequences potentially coming. So let's get right into it. So let's go back a couple weeks because it has been a little bit of time. It's the nature of this. We only have a couple members of the cast on, and we don't always get to talk to everyone. So we finally got to meet Percy's. I cannot say your character's name today. We have gotten to meet Percy's family.
Yes,
the delightful Purebirch family, who Percy has shown no interest in getting to know, and people were against his will pushing him to maybe leverage his family name, and I think somewhat validated all of everything that Percy has said about his family. How do you feel that way?
I would agree.
Yeah.
No, like Percy very much said that he doesn't like his family and that they're not very nice people.
Yeah.
And I feel like the party didn't quite not believe him, but like didn't understand the severity of it, and then obviously
it's more like a specific character didn't get it, was kind of stubbornly pushing for it, because didn't quite understand the severity of how horrible the Purebirch family is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of our second family reunion that's gone super well.
Of course.
Yeah. So I mean, was there a possible world where your vision of what the Purebirch reunion was going to be like would have turned out differently, or did you get exactly what you were hoping for from Michael in this case?
I mean, what I was hoping for was, as a player, some good roleplay moments, and I think we got that, so I'm happy with that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been nice for Percy to be able to, for his family to have changed and to have that family again. Obviously, it wasn't that way, and that's fine. But I feel like we got some good roleplay moments out of it, which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, I don't know if it reached like the peaks of drama that Emmeline's encounter with her mother reached. Though I always look at that as like, that encounter could have probably gone similarly if Chloe hadn't played one of the most epic trump cards I've ever seen in a familial conflict. Gives me as I bring my father back from the dead.
Yeah, and I speaking of that, I guess I have a question, for you, Josh. Is there anything in Percy's back pocket? Do you think he has some kind of, ultimate win card, right? Get out of jail free card. Do you think that he has something secret and hidden up his sleeve that he could use? Or do you think he's
against
SOL?
his family?
Yeah.
No, not really. I don't. No, I don't think so. I don't think he's. He, I don't,
It
no,
is-
I don't. No, I don't know.
I mean, like, Percy right now is had some horrible experiences. He lost his, his real family, as he would consider them, and they've lorded that against him. Like, is there a desire from Percy to ever, balance the scales, or is he just happy never to see them again?
I think knowing that his sister is dealing with Contras, I think he wants to obviously stop that by taking Contras down, but then also not ruin their reputation, but like start spreading the message that maybe don't deal with this family right now because they're not very nice people,
Yeah, they're literally dealing in the potential end of all of the kingdoms that we currently deal with. Right, like Contras is not going to play ball.
No, like Percy's gripe with them was that he kicked them out and weren't very nice to him.
Yeah.
And now that he knows that they're dealing with, the big bad of this campaign at the minute, he's ultimately not happy at all and will probably never try to work to repair the relationship ever again.
I feel like that's a trump card we can use to you can blackmail them with that. Right, but
maybe.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't see what the people of of a nation that's under siege is going to feel like if we liberate them, knowing that one of their trading partners did active trade with their their conqueror.
They feel a certain way.
Yeah. Saying we never like collaborators when it comes to things like that. Oh my, yeah. So we kind of gone for that. We've seen some glimmers that some parts of his family are. Well, his mother still cares for him, but that doesn't fix the problem.
No, like if she's too scared to speak out, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And that might be a potential leverage point eventually when we come to face with it, because one of the things we have to do, I mean, one of the best ways to weaken a conquering force is to stop people from trading with them. Right?
Yeah, cut off that supply.
Yeah, like we really need to cut off the supply line. Not that any of that matters. Because now we've continued on. We have the secret to how to weaken Contras, which we talked a little bit the last Q&A, so we're not going to get too much into that now, even though that was a clutch dual play from Emmeline for finding the pearl, and for Isaac for managing that epic dream that gave us the secrets we needed. How confident, I guess we'll talk about it a little bit, how confident do your characters feel now that we have a chance to win this?
I'll go first. Emmeline feels pretty confident. I would say, there's been situations that the party has been, the situations they've been in that seem unwinnable.
Yeah.
And then we win. And this may be one of many, so we just have to make sure that we think it through, right? And then, boom, we outsmart him. Boom, we win.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we have hope, but the question is, what do we need to actually make that happen?
Yeah.
And we can save Contras, and the world could be doomed if we focus too much on that.
Yeah, there's a couple different threats, right? There's Contras, and then there's, the meteor.
Yeah. And all the other gods who really, really don't like us.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
that doesn't
I don't
make
know.
Sense.
Yeah. And we had an epic encounter with Ruar, the god of the oceans, which was kind of a really interesting scene, and I'm a little ashamed that we didn't think of the solution to the puzzle that was given to us, which was how do you catch wind? kind of the yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not ashamed. I think that we just ran out of tries. Like, people were trying stuff. Like, we only had 3 tries.
Yeah.
And I think someone tried to grab it with their hands.
Yeah, we were, well, so Naoki tried a wind wall, which didn't really do anything. Sanasha tried to grab it with her one of her actual like barbarian abilities, which allows you to stop something if it worked, and almost worked, and then Diablo dissipated it. You know, and that's sort of like our characters were thinking like wizards and druids and barbarians and things like that, instead of thinking like a sailor, which was the actual test of how do you catch wind? Will you catch it in a sail, right? Which is like, oh yeah, in hindsight that makes perfect sense, but you know, as a player, I mean, Sanasha doesn't really know that much about ships.
Yeah.
You know, what would, because your characters didn't get a chance to really try. What would Emmeline's play have been there?
I had an initial thought to try and grab it with, like Big B's hand, but I was thinking to myself, and I was like, that doesn't make sense, you know? So I think I eventually would have gotten to capturing it with the sail.
Yeah.
But you know, at the same time, Emmeline's also not a sailor. She doesn't, you know. So it makes sense logically to me.
Yeah.
That it went that way.
Yeah. And would Percy have had a play that you think could have worked there, Josh? Like, did you have anything ruminating in there?
I had 0 idea, to be totally honest. My entire plan was to just help people with whatever skill checks they needed to make.
Yeah.
Using guidance and help, because I low-key could not think for the life of me in that moment of what we needed to do.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where I would almost like to go like, hey, DM, can I like do like an intelligence or wisdom check to like help me figure out this puzzle? Because it's not clicking in my brain right now. Yeah. I also secretly had a suggestion that I shared with Chloe that we should just breathe it in. But I was just like, should we just like take a deep breath?
I didn't think that was a horrible idea either.
Yeah, it could have worked. I mean, you know, maybe not enough, but if we got everyone in the ship to breathe it in, that could have counted. And then of course, so that didn't go well, and then we entered into our Pirates of the Caribbean. Somehow we get flipped upside down and should be dead, but we wake up on a sandy beach and we're just okay. Sequence of the next session of that same session, I guess. And we managed to blow our beach episode. How do you feel about that?
I'm so mad.
Yeah.
It would have been so nice.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
We'll get a proper beach episode eventually.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and we're on an island where the crew's missing, the ship is still alive. The plants are dangerous, the time isn't moving, and we keep running into these... I mean, Diablo runs into this this ape that he has a conversation with, and everyone is not sure if he's sane or not. You know, did you have any theories going in the episode of kind of what we were facing? Because I know Sanasha was highly suspicious almost from the start that this was not, this wasn't where, it's not Kansas anymore, as they say.
I mean,
you go first. Oh
no.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
So, I had a theory actually that I was running by Michael during the sequence of us waking up on this island, because I was reviewing the map that we have, right, for the other continent. And originally, I thought we ended up, if you look at that map currently, it's in the Sea of Maidens. It's in the Caliban Empire, right? I was looking at Passir, Cyverga, I believe. It's the bottommost island, because it has this large inlet river leading into a bay, and then at the outside leading out into the ocean in that bay, there's like a bunch of spiky rocks, right? And then there's a lot of trees. I was like, this is perfect. This is fitting all of the descriptors
It really
that
does
was
work.
given to us. So I was like, it's got to be here, right? And spoiler alert, it's not.
No.
It's not on the same plane. So I was like, really, I was just thrown for so many loops because I was so certain that it was one spot and it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was sort of, Sinasha was like seeing it as like a purgatory or punishment or something like that. Like her paranoia, despite the fact she's been telling everyone not to be paranoid, is also peaked right now by everything happening with Contras. So she's like, what is this? This is our punishment.
What about you, Josh?
I mean, I had an idea that we weren't on the plane, but I didn't want to metagame, so I was like trying to find a way that would make sense for Percy to do that would then tell me, like sending the message or trying to scry. And then I realized I got rid of scry, so I couldn't do that. So I was trying to find a way of contacting the crew, because I didn't know if they were there as well. I was trying to figure if like it was just us.
Yeah.
So I had Josh had a pretty good idea that we weren't on the mortal plane anymore, but I was trying to figure out a way to make Percy realize that without just
when it's sort of the checking on the crew and the fact that the ship was in pristine shape made Sinasha believe that something was wrong, because what we experienced there, we should be, at the very least beaten up and exhausted and coughing up water, and there should have been bodies all over the shore, and the ship should have been a cracked hull that's been beached or something like that, right? Or washing up with standard sea debris. Yeah. And then we found out that we're actually on an island run by some kind of entity that runs this like a menagerie, basically. That was my impression I got from that. And we ran into a Merid, which was an interesting encounter.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Seemed nice, though.
Yeah. I mean, we managed to free him with great success from Emmeline, no success from Sinasha, and good success from Diablo.
Heck yeah. Broke that chain right now.
Yeah. And then we got the thing that Emmeline's been kind of holding on to, which is we got a wish, right?
We do.
Yeah. And we can't reveal anything from here, but I mean, we carefully wish for power, but in such a way that hopefully not to have any consequences, but who knows?
We did our best as a team, to formulate the best wish, but we all know how wishes are.
Yeah.
So this episode, hopefully we get the benefits.
Yeah. And not just beaten up by primordial water forcing itself into our body. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do to us. Like, you find out that you're like all like centaurs or minotaurs now or something like that. Like, oh, you're stronger. Like, it's not what we meant. Imagine if it's that for the audience, the DM Lich Michael hates centaurs, so one of the funniest things you could do would be to turn us all into centaurs.
That would be an epic
prank. Yeah. Then we'd have to unwish it. Yeah.
So take 2 total wishes.
Yeah, 2 wishes. Which nobody in the party has any wishes, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah. 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 Which kind of, speaking of wishes and offers, there was something we didn't talk about from a little bit earlier, which was the offers from Contras there. Contras was offering a little bit of a deal with the party to back off, right? I don't know if you remember that.
Like, seemed scared.
Yeah, like what did he? how did Emmeline feel about the offer from him to bring back Valerie to craft her a new soul?
She felt virtually nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no false hope. There was no consideration.
Well, I mean, she was told that he would make her an offer and it would not be a lie. So there is the possibility, apparently, of crafting a new soul for a person. I just
But I
don't.
don't think you're no
Yeah.
one seems to be understanding like it's not even real at that point anymore. And
Yeah.
and if she wasn't able to protect her when she was alive, then she doesn't even really deserve to have her alive anymore. So,
I will say, as the person who played the character, I'm not entirely opposed to that outcome, but it's sort of that like tough thing when you lose a character and you're like, I don't want to influence people's decisions at all, which is why we're talking about it after the fact, because it's now no longer relevant. I'm just in the back of my head going, oh, please say yes. I'd love to be able to play this character again someday, but you know, you kind of get it. Like, we thought Astra was gone for a long time.
This is true, though their circumstances are a bit different.
Yeah, their circumstances are different, and well, it's because we found that Astra's soul was actually being held by one of the big villains of campaign 2. But you know, as anyone who's been watching the campaign will notice, Astra is alive and fine. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that the same can happen.
Yeah. Any final words or questions or anything like that from either of you as we get ready to wrap up this week's Q&A?
I do not.
No?
Not really.
No?
I'm just super duper hyped for the session today.
Yeah, I've been very fascinated by the outcome of the wish, but also this island seems super cool, and I want to find out exactly where it is, because like I have a bunch of speculations, like, you know, did he send us to one of the primordial planes, or like, is this that? Because we've seen some really cool demi-planes from Michael so far. I mean, what was the name of that one that Emmeline was really fascinated by? It's left my brain.
The Maw?
The Maw, yeah, which is such a cool plane, like everything there just to consume. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope that we can go back, or at least that in the future Emmeline can research and explore that place more.
That would be good. But we'll see that as we continue with the story. So I want to thank both of you for joining me tonight, and I want to thank anyone who's listening to this for joining us for this week's Prestige Encounters Beyond the Dice. Just a reminder, we hold this every week. The Q&A is held just before the Prestige Encounters game at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Lich Souls Gaming. We welcome viewers to submit your questions directly on lichsouls.com. If you want to query the entire party, any one specific players, please feel free to offer your questions, but it's time we close the chapter on the last session of Prestige Encounters. It's time to roll the dice. Bye.
Bye.